Elon Musk is yet again elevating alarms, this time about a potential event that could have worldwide implications. He predicts that Betelgeuse, one of the most important stars in our galaxy, is on the verge of exploding in only 2 weeks. Moreover, he warns that its outcomes may be felt much closer to home than previously thought, particularly in regions of New York, Connecticut, and New Jersey. Scientists have monitored Betelgeuse for years. However, Musk's unique timeline has left many wondering. Could this cosmic event fundamentally change everything? What insights does Musk possess that the rest of us might not be aware of? Are we on the brink of witnessing a cosmic explosion? In just 2 weeks, Elon Musk has a knack for making headlines, but his latest claim has the world buzzing about a possible stellar explosion that might impact parts of the northeastern U.S. This star in question, Betelgeuse, is a red supergiant that has captivated scientists for years. Musk's startling assertion that Betelgeuse is set to go supernova has raised eyebrows and sparked curiosity about the possible implications for Earth. Let's delve into Betelgeuse, one of the brightest stars visible to the naked eye. If you've gazed above the Orion constellation, you might have noticed the reddish star marking the hunter's shoulder. However, don't be misled by its tranquil appearance. Betelgeuse is a massive entity, approximately 700 times larger than our Sun, according to Musk and some experts. It might soon become the stage for one of the most breathtaking astronomical events we could ever witness. A supernova, Musk's prediction, isn't completely baseless. Discussions within the scientific community regarding Betelgeuse's instability have been ongoing for some time. This red supergiant has exhibited unusual behavior, dimming and irregular cycles that have captured astronomers' attention. One remarkable instance occurred in 2019 and early 2020 when Betelgeuse dimmed notably, making it easily visible to the naked eye. This sparked excitement and speculation among scientists, many of whom suggested that the star might be nearing the end of its life cycle. Given Betelgeuse's massive size and ancient age, it seems a fitting candidate for a supernova. But while scientists have closely monitored the star, no one expected a specific timeline for its explosion until Elon Musk made his startling announcement. He claims that Betelgeuse could explode in only 2 weeks, transforming one of physics' greatest mysteries into a countdown. Musk's declaration finds some support within the scientific community, stirring up further intrigue. Renowned theoretical physicist Michio Kaku has also weighed in on the fate of Betelgeuse, suggesting that its time may be running out. However, Kaku takes a more cautious stance. While he agrees a supernova may be approaching, he doesn't foresee any direct consequences for Earth, unlike Musk, who warns of a possible impact. So, what exactly happens when a star goes supernova? Essentially, a supernova marks the dramatic death throes of a massive star. When a star like Betelgeuse exhausts its fuel, it can no longer support itself against gravitational forces, leading to a core collapse. This collapse triggers an explosion, so powerful that it may temporarily outshine entire galaxies. When Betelgeuse finally goes supernova, it may shine as brightly as a full moon and might even be visible during the day. An extraordinary sight, to be sure. However, things take a more concerning turn with Musk's predictions. He suggests that the explosion might have a direct effect and potentially devastating consequences on Earth. In this scenario, Betelgeuse's explosion could release enough radiation and energy to disrupt regions of the U.S., especially New York, Connecticut, and New Jersey. Musk posits that gamma rays and cosmic rays, forms of high-energy radiation, could travel through space and affect our planet's atmosphere, potentially disrupting satellite communications, electrical grids, and even posing health risks to those exposed to high doses of cosmic radiation. While this sounds like something out of a disaster movie, it's important to remember that Betelgeuse is located approximately 640 light-years away from us. This vast distance is why most scientists do not believe the explosion will pose an immediate danger to Earth. Still, The idea sparks discussion, especially with someone like Elon Musk, raising alarms. Let's explore why Betelgeuse is such a significant star. It resides in the Orion constellation, which has played a prominent role in human storytelling and mythology for centuries. Its brightness and size make it one of the most easily observable stars in the night sky. For astronomers, it serves as an excellent candidate for study, offering valuable insights into the life cycles of stars. Unlike our sun, which will quietly burn for billions of years before fading away. Betelgeuse is a cosmic ticking time bomb. Massive giants like Betelgeuse live fast and die young on a cosmic scale. And it has reached the end of its life cycle, poised for collapse. The lingering question has always been, when? In late 2019, something unusual happened. Betelgeuse, usually bright, began to dim significantly. It dimmed to such an extent that people noticed it with the naked eye, leaving scientists perplexed. Could this be a sign that Betelgeuse was nearing its supernova phase? The speculation grew intense until the star began to brighten, again in early 2020, while some scientists believe these fluctuations are part of the star's natural cycle. Others think they signal that its death may be approaching sooner than expected. We must acknowledge that predicting when a star will go supernova is extremely difficult. The timeline for such events is rarely precise. For all we know, Betelgeuse could explode tomorrow or continue burning for another 100,000 years. But Musk's latest assertions suggest that something significant has changed. Perhaps new data has emerged, or certain observations haven't yet been fully disclosed to the public. Musk seems convinced that this isn't merely a random fluctuation in Betelgeuse's behavior, but rather a sign that we are on the verge of witnessing one of the universe's most powerful events. So, what can we expect in the next few weeks? According to Musk, we may first see Betelgeuse continue its erratic pattern of dimming and brightening as it approaches its final collapse. If Elon Musk's prediction holds true, we ought to quickly be witnessing the explosion itself. Should Betelgeuse go supernova, it'll be seen in the night sky for weeks, possibly even months, becoming one of the brightest objects in the night sky, likely outshining the moon. While this spectacle might be awe-inspiring, it could also cause potential disruptions. When a supernova occurs, it doesn't just emit light, it releases widespread amounts of radiation as well. Some of this radiation could reach Earth. And although the chances of catastrophic damage are low, it's not entirely out of the question. Gamma rays are particularly concerning because they are extremely high-energy waves that can disrupt Earth's atmosphere and magnetic field. This could result in disturbances of satellite communications, GPS systems, and even electrical grids. A significant surge of gamma radiation could temporarily disable many of our technologies. Musk's statement that the explosion could devastate parts of New York, Connecticut, and New Jersey is more sensational than what most scientists expect. However, his remarks have captured public interest. Despite the dramatic implications, majority of astrophysicists believe that Betelgeuse's explosion will be spectacular, but won't pose an immediate threat to Earth. Its great distance from us means much of the radiation will dissipate before it reaches our planet. Nevertheless, the explosion could still affect our technology and perhaps more importantly deepen our understanding of the universe. Witnessing a star go supernova in real time would be a remarkable experience for humanity, providing a wealth of data for astronomers. This event could yield new insights into the life cycles of stars. As the anticipated date for Betelgeuse's explosion approaches, telescopes worldwide will likely be focused on the star. Scientists are eager to gather as much information as possible, not only to validate Musk's predictions, but also to understand what's happening with Betelgeuse. This event could offer a valuable opportunity to study the mechanics of a supernova, helping scientists refine their models of stellar evolution. The explosion of Betelgeuse may also enhance our understanding of how supernova contribute to the formation of elements and the birth of new stars. Let's consider what Betelgeuse's explosion might mean for us. First and foremost, it's critical to recognize that Betelgeuse is approximately 640 light-years away. While this distance may seem enormous in the context of the universe, it isn't especially close. Even when considering something as powerful as a supernova, most scientists agree that we are probably far enough away to avoid any direct catastrophic destruction. That said, supernova is one of the most violent and energy-releasing events in the cosmos. When Betelgeuse does eventually explode, it will unleash a massive quantity of energy, enough to briefly outshine entire galaxies. This explosion will emit radiation, light, and particles at levels that are difficult to comprehend. The key point here is that, because of the vast distance between Betelgeuse and Earth, much of that energy, especially the more harmful radiation, such as gamma rays, will dissipate before it reaches us. But this is where things become complex, which is likely why Elon Musk's warnings have gained so much traction. Even though we're far enough away to avoid worst-case scenarios, some potential risks remain. One of the primary concerns is gamma rays. When a star goes supernova, it releases a large amount of radiation, including gamma rays, which are high-energy electromagnetic waves. If these gamma rays were to strike Earth with enough intensity, they could lead to serious consequences. They could interact with our atmosphere in ways that might disrupt satellite communications, GPS systems, or even power grids. Musk's assertions that the explosion could create chaos in places like New York become more understandable when considering our heavy reliance on technology. If gamma rays interfere with our satellites or power infrastructure, we could face widespread blackouts or communication failures before we begin panicking. It is essential to understand that scientists generally believe Betelgeuse is not close enough to deliver a direct and lethal dose of gamma rays to Earth. The star's distance ensures that most of the harmful radiation will lose its intensity before reaching us. Still, we're not entirely out of the woods. Even if the gamma rays aren't strong enough to be fatal, they could still disrupt our technology. Satellites orbiting Earth are especially vulnerable to cosmic radiation. And if they were to fail, we could see widespread disruptions in our communications and navigation systems, considering how many aspects of our daily lives depend on satellites. Everything from GPS and our smartphones to weather forecasting and certain financial transactions. This is not a risk to take lightly. A sudden surge in cosmic radiation could throw those systems out of balance. Moreover, need to consider the dangers posed by cosmic rays' high-energy particles released during a supernova. While most of these particles are deflected by Earth's magnetic field, some may penetrate our atmosphere. This could lead to increased radiation levels at the planet's surface, potentially causing subtle but real effects. People who spend a lot of time at high altitudes, such as frequent flyers, or astronauts, may be more exposed to this radiation. Although immediate health effects are unlikely, prolonged exposure to elevated cosmic radiation could increase cancer risks or lead to other long-term health issues. It's also worth noting that not all scientists agree that Betelgeuse's explosion would have a direct effect on